Right now, inside this baby's brain, a massive deletion is happening. Thousands of cells dying every second. And this is normal. This deletion makes the baby smarter, not dumber, by removing extra connections. In your head, right now, every single night, while you sleep deeply. In 8 minutes, you will see how your brain erases itself, and why this saves you from madness. May 2026, Austrian scientists overturned 300 years of neuroscience. The brain is not a blank slate. They studied mouse hippocampus brains at 3 different ages. What they found broke the old theory. Aristotle wrote that the brain is born empty, a blank slate ready to be filled by experience. 300 years of science, every textbook, every philosophy class, every scientist repeating the same wrong idea. The team studied a tiny region called the hippocampus, your brain's main memory center deep inside. You have 86 billion neurons in your brain, more than the number of stars in our galaxy. They used 8 tiny electrodes to listen to neurons talking, mouse brains at 3 different ages. A baby has roughly twice as many connections between neurons as you do right now, fully formed. Quote from lead scientist Peter Jonas, "It's the opposite of what we expected to actually find. The brain starts dense and completely random, then becomes sparse and structured. Less truly is more, biologically. Scientists call this tabula plana, the full slate. Your brain was born with too much, deliberately. The rule is simple: if you use a connection, it stays. If you don't, your brain deletes it. Neuroscience calls this the most basic rule of brain development. Use it or lose it, forever. In your brain live tiny cells called microglia. Think of them as your personal cleaning robots inside. They find unused connections and literally eat them physically. This biological process is called synaptic pruning. Pruning starts the moment you are born. It continues all the way into your late 20s. The most active period is between age 2 and puberty. Half your brain connections quietly disappear. In a famous experiment, scientists covered one eye of a kitten for 2 months. What happened was permanent. The neurons connected to the closed eye received no signal at all, so the brain deleted them. When the patch came off, the kitten was permanently blind in that eye. The connections were already gone. In 1800, a boy named Victor was found living in a French forest. He never learned to speak. His brain had already deleted the language connections. The window of opportunity had permanently closed forever. A 4-year-old can effortlessly learn 2 languages at once. Their brain still has all the spare connections. At 35, you can still learn new languages, but it requires 20 times more conscious effort. In one specific brain region, an adult has 41% fewer neurons than a newborn baby. But what happens when the cleaning system breaks? When the brain deletes too much? Or too little? You ever wonder why one bad night makes you feel slower? Here is what is really happening. While you're awake, your synapses grow. Every new fact, every memory adds new tiny branches. But every single night, those synapses physically shrink by 18%. Hard science, real measured number. This was proven in Science Journal in 2017. They measured nearly 7,000 individual synapses precisely. The strong 20% stay intact, the weak 80% shrink. Your brain selects what really matters. Your brain cleans up like a phone clears its cache, nightly maintenance you never see happening. You wake up clearer, lighter. Your brain finished its night shift while you slept through it. One night without sleep, and toxic metabolic waste begins to pile up inside the brain tissue. A week without sleep, and your brain starts firing fake signals everywhere. Real hallucinations begin appearing. Chronic sleep loss makes the cleaners go wrong. They start deleting important connections you actually need. 7 to 9 hours, that is the window your brain needs to clean itself fully each night. Alcohol and bright screens before bed both stop the cleanup. Your brain stays dirty and overloaded. The cleaning system can break in 2 opposite ways. The teenage years are most vulnerable to this. Sometimes the brain deletes too much, too aggressive, too fast. Important connections vanish silently and forever. The voices the brain calls thoughts start to feel like other people speaking from inside your head. This is schizophrenia, caused by a gene called C4 making your microglia cleaners become far too aggressive. But sometimes the cleaning system goes wrong in the opposite direction, too gentle, too little, almost nothing. Imagine a home where nothing ever gets thrown out. Every old paper stays. Every old object accumulates. This is what the brain looks like when pruning fails. Every signal feels too loud, too much. This is autism, caused by the cleaners deleting too few connections. Brain stays overcrowded with signals. Chronic stress destroys synapses in your memory center. This is the real biology of clinical depression. Antidepressants work because they help your brain regrow lost synapses. Damaged neural connections come back gradually. With age, the cleaning slows down, waste piles up. The connections themselves struggle to stay sharp. This is Alzheimer's, decades of unfinished cleanup. Tau proteins accumulate faster than they ever vanish naturally. All these diseases share one root cause. The cleanup system inside your own brain has malfunctioned. Here is the good news. You can shape this whole process every day, every choice you make. Every new skill you learn builds new connections. Your brain is still wiring itself today and tomorrow. Every night of good sleep is a clean restart. The cleaners do their best work in the dark. Step 1 is sleep, 7 to 9 hours every single night, non-negotiable for healthy brain function. Step 2 is real conversation. Social connection grows new neurons inside your memory center each day. Step 3 is meditation. After 8 weeks, the prefrontal cortex physically thickens, real measurable biology proven. Step 4 is reducing stress. High cortisol kills synapses fast. Lower stress saves them every time. You were not born empty. You were born full, with more than you would ever need. Your brain shapes itself every single day. Choose carefully what stays. Subscribe for more body science.